Today, I'm gonna show you how to fall backwards safely. I'm gonna show you how to position your body so you can fall safely, and I'm gonna show you what muscles you need to work on to make sure you have the strength to fall down safely backwards. First, I want to be clear that I'm not a professional martial artist and I'm not a professional stuntman. Everything I'm going to show you is based on some limited martial arts training that I have, and also as a person who used to love playing goalie in ice hockey and roller hockey. I'm really used to falling down and figuring out how to do it without getting myself hurt. For safety's sake, if anything I show you in this video feels or looks way too intimidating and scary, don't do it. I'm going to show you different progressions and regressions so you can find something that is doable for you and still feel safe and also just moderately challenging. The goal here is to make sure you know how to fall backwards safely without hurting yourself. And as you're learning how to do that, you don't want to hurt yourself. So make sure you pick the easy versions of things so that you can gradually get there safely. And if you're wondering how you're going to get back up off of the floor, then I encourage you to watch my previous video that talks about how to get up from the floor with no hands. I'm going to link that video in the description box and at the end of the video. First of all, I'm assuming that you're falling backwards because you're slipping on something or because you are walking backwards and there's something behind you that forces you to fall down. When you are falling down, you need to remember a couple of key points. The most important thing to protect is your head. You don't want your head to hit the ground. Also, try to make your fall a diagonal fall so that you're not just coming straight down on your back. So let's say I'm slipping on a dumbbell or a banana peel and my leg goes out in front of me. What you don't want to do is just try to take the fall straight back like this, where you're going wham and crashing your head into the floor. Instead, you want to turn this into a sideways or diagonal fall so that you can absorb the impact over a much bigger surface area. That would look something like this. Falling like this allows you to control the impact a lot better. This leg helps you get a little bit lower. It's going to take some of the energy of your fall and turn it into a rotation that lets you absorb the impact with your arm and your ribs and your leg. So as soon as you feel yourself slipping out of control, you know that your goal is to get down like so. And as you hit the floor, you want to make sure that you're keeping your head away from the floor, or you can even use your hand here to make sure you have some padding. So again, if I slip and fall, I can go boom, and I am super duper safe. So let's just break it down again. If I'm walking and I slip with this foot, I'm just gonna let it go. This leg, this stance leg, is gonna help me try to lower myself to wherever it can control, and then my body is gonna swing to this side. It's gonna rotate, and then I'm gonna try to get this arm to slap down. I can use this hand to protect my head, and down I go. That spreads the impact all across here when I hit the floor, rather than just coming straight down on my butt and then having to do a little martial arts slam, but we will talk about that option later. In order to do this safely, you need to have strong muscles of the shoulder and in the arm. You also want to have some butt muscle padding here so that you're not just smashing bone into the ground. You're going to want to have muscles here in your thighs so that you can actually control this with some knee bend, because if these knees are too weak to even bend and control it, you're going to be super stiff, and then you're coming down super hard because there was no knee bend to help take out some of the impact. I don't even want to demonstrate falling down with this knee staying straight because it's going to be a much longer fall and it's going to hurt more. So before I show you how to practice falling backwards, I want to show you some exercises that you can use to build up the muscle strength you need to be able to do the fall correctly. First, let's make sure you have strong neck muscles. So we're gonna just start on your side, and you're just gonna be lying here like this. Don't use any help for your head. Hold your head up and hold it there for 30 seconds to 60 seconds. If you want more of a challenge, you can use an ankle weight. This is not designed for use on your head, but hey, it's just a weight and it works on your head. Again, hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds. You're gonna feel like it's more work because your neck muscles are fighting against this weight. Whether you use the ankle weight or not, make sure that you do both sides so that both sides are equally strong. If you have a weaker side, make sure to do an extra set on that weaker side so that it has a chance to get stronger. If you're doing this without ankle weights at first and it's already a challenge, that's fine. In the future, grab an ankle weight, put in 1, maybe 2 pounds in there, and then just see if your neck can handle that. Don't throw a 10-pound weight on top of your head to do this the first time, because you will probably strain something and then you're gonna hit that dislike button. It's very important that you do not hit that dislike button. You should hit the like button. After that, you're also gonna wanna make sure the muscles of the front of your neck are strong enough so you can just hang out in this position and keep your head and neck off of the floor. You could play around with the distance from the floor because ultimately you're gonna wanna have control over the full range of motion. So maybe it's here you're hovering, maybe it's here you're holding, it's all good. You want to feel strong and capable in any of these angles. And if you want even more control, you can even go further like this by just propping yourself up so your head can hang below the level of your spine. Or you could do this off the end of a bed. The whole point here is again to strengthen the muscles on the front of your neck. Only do this as long as you feel it is safe and moderately challenging. If it feels like you're gonna tear or rip something, or you can't breathe, or all the blood's in your head, then just get out of that. I don't want you to knock yourself out while you're training to avoid knocking yourself out. Hold whatever angle you want for 30 to 60 seconds cumulatively. That means if you get to like 7 seconds and everything is going nuts, your jaw is tightening up, you're getting a massive headache, just stop. Just relax, hang out, let those muscles relax, and then when you feel ready again, go back, make sure you feel the right muscles working. If it happens again at 7 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, then take another break, and then just keep doing that until you get to around 30 to 60 seconds total. We'll consider that one set, and you could do that 2 times. While strong anterior neck muscles are not directly applicable to falling on your side, they are definitely useful if you do have to fall straight back like that, because you're gonna need to be able to hold your head up and avoid smashing your skull into the ground. Hey, I want to take 1 second to say thank you very much to Nader for the $50 donation on YouTube to support my channel. Thank you so much. And also, thank you very much, Astro Amanda, for the $5 Canadian donation. I also appreciate that. If you want to support this channel too, you can use the donate link you'll find in the description box, or use the join and thanks buttons you'll find on YouTube. And please go to my website. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter so we always stay connected, even if maybe YouTube decides they don't like the kind of stuff that I'm saying. All right, let's get back to it. Now we want to make sure you have some padding for your butt and the side of your hips, so when you fall, you're not just cracking bone into the ground. So to do that, we're going to just be on your hands and knees, use some padding under your knees if you need it and you're on a hard surface, or because your carpet is really gritty and sticky because you've spilled so much cereal on the floor, you slob. From this position, we're gonna play around. You're gonna kick the leg back, you're gonna keep your abs engaged. I don't want your low back to go into a huge arch. We're trying to keep the low back relatively flat and stable, keep your abs engaged. You're just lifting the leg back and then bringing it down. Now we can also play around with angles. You can go a little more out to the side and bring it back in. You can also come out to the side like so. The goal here is to explore. I want you to just choose one of these and see how it feels. Does it feel easy to control? Does it feel hard to control? Does it feel like, oh man, I can't even lift my leg up? Any of these angles are relevant and useful, and you're gonna find that they're gonna help you feel more stable and secure, not just when you fall, but also when you're just walking. So find some angle. You can just kick back, it's cool, kick out to the side with a straight knee, or use a bent knee and kind of circle around. Just explore this and do it for 60 seconds on each side. Whatever you want to do, play around here. Maybe you want to do a little jellyfish dance or pretend you're a kelp. I don't really care what it is, but make sure it's controlled, that it's slow enough that you can feel the muscles working around your butt and side of your hip. The more out to the side you go, the more you're gonna feel the side of the hip. The more back you go, like straight back, the more you're gonna feel your butt. If you bend the knee, you're gonna feel even more butt. If you keep the knee straight, you're gonna feel more hamstrings. And if at any point you wanna feel more challenge, use an ankle weight. 2 sets on each side, and then do a third side for the weaker side, which I know you have. Then we wanna make sure that you have strong enough arms back here and shoulders. So take a light weight, probably around 3 to 5 pounds if you've never touched a weight before, more if you have. Brace ourselves against a bench or a couch or something, and you're gonna be lifting out to the side. So this motion should look Very similar to what I've shown you when you fall backwards. You're using your arm to slap the ground to break the fall, and you're using your posterior shoulder muscles. Those muscles also have to be strong enough to keep the bone in place so you don't feel like you dislocate your shoulder when you slam to the ground. Do this exercise with a relatively straight elbow. I don't want it fully locked, but a tiny little bend is pretty good, and then you're gonna bring it up and out and back down. You should feel muscles over here working to do the exercise. Again, do it on both sides. Then we want to build up the triceps as well, because those help us do this, which is slapping the ground and taking out some of the impact. You're going to start in the same position if you can, and you may need to lighten up the weight. You're going to extend the elbow, straighten the elbow so that you're used to being in this shoulder position and extending, right? So here we go. Start like this, elbow out, and then you're extending the elbow. Go until you get fatigued. 8 reps to 20 reps, that's a good range. If you feel like you're getting too tired in under 8 reps, you're using too heavy of a weight, so go use a lighter weight, please, or use no weight, or use like a water bottle, and just practice that until you get more stable and strong in the back of your shoulder and arm. Both of these exercises will help you build the strength in the back of your arm and shoulder. It'll give you a little more padding to absorb the impact. So do 8 to 20 reps per set per exercise. Do 2 sets on each side, and do an extra set for your weaker side, because I know you have a weaker side. And finally, we want to build strength in the knee muscles. One way to do it that's very applicable to the backwards fall is to just lean with your hand against the wall and then reach with your free foot. So my right leg is my stance leg. I'm bending this knee. This heel is reaching forward, and back I go. I want to feel the work in this knee. So the knee that's away from the wall is working. Whew. Burning, burning, burning. Doing 3 sets of 8 or 2 sets of 10 plus another set of 5 is all fine. You want to go till you get fatigued. Somewhere around 25 total repetitions is pretty good. If you can do it all at once, that's super cool. Just do them all at once, you strong, sexy guy or gal. To make it harder, you can just reach further and pause longer at the end positions before you come back. The farther you can reach, the more control you're gonna have when it comes time to fall backwards safely. Because if your stance knee can actually lower you down super far and decelerate your fall, you're gonna be in great shape. But if your knee can't really bend that much and stabilize you, you're gonna fall from a much higher distance, and it's gonna be a lot more impact to absorb. When you're first starting, I'd suggest doing that whole workout twice a week. If you can tolerate it and it doesn't cripple you with soreness, you can do it 3 times a week. I strongly suggest you do this workout with the workout that I included in my video on how to fall forward safely, which I'm gonna link to at the end of this video and in the description box. Between these 2 videos, you're gonna be a lot safer. Also, remember to give yourself rest days. Do not do the workouts Monday and Tuesday and then Thursday and Friday. Make sure you're going Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Saturday when you first start, so that you don't cripple yourself with soreness. Remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. Which brings us to impact training. So when we are going to fall backwards, we need to start by practicing from a lower height rather than doing it from standing. So when you do this, I want you to start on a surface that you feel safe and comfortable with. If a hard surface doesn't feel safe and comfortable, get some padding. Put down an exercise mat, put down towels, put down something that will make you feel safe so you don't hurt yourself. You're gonna start in a deep squatting position. If you can't do this with your heels down, it's okay, you're not a bad person, but make sure to watch my videos on the Asian squat. In the meantime, you can go ahead and just keep your heels up like this. It's not a problem at all and will not negatively affect your ability to do this drill. From here, I'm gonna choose which side to roll to. Left feels really easy and natural to me, so I'm gonna be slapping the ground with my left hand and arm, absorbing impact on my left side and using my right hand to protect my head just in case. So I'm gonna go, whoa, falling, oof, like so. And then we can just keep practicing this. I like to stick that leg out more so that I can really free my hip up so I don't hit my butt or hip on the ground. But that may feel a little bit hard if you don't have the control to even slightly balance on one leg. Give it a try, see what happens. Make sure you practice on both sides because you never know what direction you might end up needing to fall. And just keep practicing. As you get more confident with this, you can come up a little bit and then you can fall down. And then keep getting used to being a little bit higher up and then falling down. Oh, did I break my microphone? Test, test, test. Okay, we're good. Now, sometimes you may not be able to control the fall, so you go to your side. Sometimes maybe you just gotta roll backwards. In that case, let's practice that. Make sure your neck is strong enough to hold your head up like we talked about in the previous exercises. So you're gonna be in a deep squat, heels down or heels up, and then you're gonna roll back and slap the ground so that you break the fall and you stabilize yourself while keeping your chin tucked. As you get better at this, you can start from a higher position and roll back on your butt and slap the ground so you break your fall. As you get better at these basic fall techniques, you can certainly look at martial arts videos to learn more advanced break fall techniques and rolls. If you've ever watched parkour videos, you've probably been amazed at how these athletes are able to absorb impact by rolling after an impact. They're taking what otherwise would be a smashing into the ground and turning it into a fluid roll that carries them forward. Right now you're learning how to just safely fall backwards and stop the fall entirely. But over time you might also want to learn how to turn it into a roll so that it doesn't hurt at all. But again, that should come later. When you first start off with impact training, I wouldn't spend more than 5 minutes doing the practice. Give yourself some time to acclimate to what you're doing. Start on a soft surface so you don't break your hip or your arm or your wrist because you're slamming down on wood or concrete. With any new activity, especially an impact-oriented one, your body needs time to adapt and adjust. So please use something soft when you start doing this so your bone density and so your muscles have a chance to catch up to what you're trying to do. Do your practice sessions once or twice a week and make sure you have ample rest between those actual practice days. So make it Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Saturday or something like that. A simple way to do this is your workout first and then do your practice session immediately after, as long as you feel confident about it and as long as you are taking appropriate safety precautions. Do not blame me for your mistake. Remember that slow is safe and fast is foolish. Let me know if this video has been helpful for you. Drop me a comment down below. If you want to rebuild your body at home, go to uprighthealth.com/DIY and find a program that's going to work for you. Share this video with someone you know who doesn't want to break their skull the next time they slip and fall. For videos to help you fall forward safely and get up off of the floor, check these out here. To support this channel, use the donate link you'll find in the description box or the join in thanks buttons you'll find on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe with the bell notification on, and as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.